Swatini.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Daka Masie. I'm nominee. I'm a nominee, yes. Thank you.
Microphones, please.
Okay. My name is Daka Masie from Zambia. I'm nominee representing Zambia. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Bradley Nkwana and I'm a nominee for Sports Team of the Year and I'm from South Africa.
I'm Andries Creer. I'm the coach of Simone. She is nominated for Disabled Athlete of the Year and Sport Person of the Year. Thank you. I'm from South Africa.
Good morning. My name is Stanley Mutoya. I'm the nominee for Green Power of the Year.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Sichia. I'm the desk officer from South Africa.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Sheripo Musutwa, desk officer Namibia.
Morning, everyone. My name is Masimba Mtemaringa from Zimbabwe. I'm a nominee for the desk officer of the year award.
Morning, all.
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
That's much better. My name is David Simba. I'm part of the Sports Commission from Zimbabwe and also work with the AUSC for the Game Changer in the desk, in the media desk. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much to everyone. I would like to call upon the CEO to come and introduce our dignitaries.
Good morning, everyone, once again. Just for those who don't know, I am not a nominee for Green Power of the Year. I am the CEO of African Union Sports Council Region 5. It is my distinguished honor and pleasure to introduce to you. I know that for our Portuguese colleagues, we are kind of unfair right now that we don't have interpretation, but we are waiting for our colleagues. Allow me to introduce our principals, ministers, our ministers today. On my immediate left is the Deputy Minister, the Minister of Sport, Arts, Recreation and Culture in Zimbabwe, Honorable Emily Jesiah. Please round of applause for her. I'll skip and go right on my far left and introduce Coach Dino. That's how he likes to be called. The Deputy Minister in the Ministry of Education, Innovation, Youth, Sport, Arts, Culture, and Sports. Okay, I was going to continue and go on. It's Ministry of Education, Innovation, Sport, Arts, Youth, Sport, Arts, and Culture. Honorable Dino Balotti, all the way from Namibia. We welcome you, Honorable Minister. And representing the minister, the host minister, Honorable Rui Falcao Adriande, Minister of Youth and Sport in Angola, is the Director of Sport, our brother Mr. Cardoso, who is here in our midst. Thank you so much, Director. Representing the African Union Sports Council, our head office, Yaounde, our boss is here. Please do welcome hands together for Ms. Lina Kesi, the Excellent Sport Officer of the Games, Minister. And finally, my brother and friend, the Secretary General of the Association of the National Olympic Committee after 2006, Mr. Maxwell, the Swatini National Olympic Committee and Commonwealth Games, Commonwealth Sports Association. Mr. Jele, we welcome you this morning. Thank you very much, Director of Ceremonies. That will be the introductions.
I would like to call upon the Director of Sport from Angola to just come and give us some welcome remarks. Director?
Gostaria de chamar o diretor nacional de esportes de Angola para dar-nos as palavras de boas-vindas.
Muito bom dia a todos.
Good morning, everyone.
Excelências, antes de mais, em nome de Sua Excelência, Sr. Ministro da Juventude e Desportos de Angola, Dr. Rui Falcão.
Before anything, in name of His Excellency, Minister of Youth and Sport of Angola, Dr. Rui Falcão.
Desejamos as boas-vindas a todos.
We welcome everyone.
Como temos estado a dizer, que Angola sente-se regozijado.
As we always say, Angola is happy for us you in here.
Pelo facto de, pela primeira vez, recebermos a gala de premiação dos melhores atletas da região.
For the fact and for the first time to hold this magnificent event, which is the gala of award for the region athletes.
Hoje de manhã nós tivemos evento.
This morning we had an event.
Que foi de plantação de árvores.
Had an activity that was a tree plantation.
E agora estamos no momento de fórum.
And now we are here, the moment of forum.
E mais tarde teremos então a gala, que é a atividade mais importante do evento.
Lately we will have the gala, which is the most important event of this whole program.
Portanto, são programas da região 5.
Therefore, the projects and programs from region 5.
E pensamos que dentro daquilo que é o esforço que o governo angolano está a fazer.
And we think that it is agreed with the Angolan effort.
Pensamos que quando terminar essas atividades todas,
we believe that when all the activities end,
vocês saiam daqui satisfeitos.
You'll go out of happy.
Sei que é pela primeira vez que muitos de vocês vêm para Angola.
I know that it is the first time that many of you guys are here in Angola.
E quando tiverem tempo, não deixem de visitar a nossa marginal.
And when you have your time, please don't forget to visit our marginal. Is a postcard for Luanda.
Sejam bem-vindos.
Please be welcomed and thank you.
Thank you so much, Director.
Muito obrigado, diretor.
We do feel welcome to Angola.
Nós nos sentimos bem-vindos em Angola.
I'm not the only one who feels welcome. I see a lot of smiles.
Espero que eu não seja
as people are walking
a
out,
única que está a sentir-se bem-vinda em Angola.
Moving forward, we would like to call the CEO for the African Union Sports Council Region 5.
Agora gostaria de chamar o CEO, o presidente do Conselho de Administração
to give us an address.
Da ALSC, que é o Conselho Desportivo da União Africana, para nos dar suas palavras também de boas-vindas. Muito obrigado. Obrigado pela diretora. Obrigado à diretora das cerimônias.
The room is very quiet.
A sala está muito quieta.
I know journalists of the year nominees you are meeting for the first time.
I know quando há encontro do melhor jornalista do ano, vocês se encontram pela primeira vez.
There, you say, hey, good luck.
Eu sei, vocês às vezes falam um ao outro, boa tarde.
I saw junior sportsman of the year also sitting in the room.
Eu vejo também aqui o melhor júnior desportista sentado aqui na sala.
My brother Ananias Shikongo,
Meu irmão
a
Ananias
citizen
Shikongo.
of these awards.
Como
Congratulations for being here again.
parabéns por estar aqui
And
receber o seu award.
I would like us to relax as much as we can and make this as informal as it can be.
Gostaria que vocês relaxassem o máximo que puderem e tornar esse evento o mais informal também possível.
I don't pride myself as a good singer at all.
Eu não sou
Apart from me singing in the shower, but that's as far as it goes.
não sou uma pessoa que é considerada grande pecador.
But if it's going to bring a smile on your face,
Tirando a
let
parte
me
que
try
às
and do
vezes não
this.
tomo banho.
Southern Africa, we welcome you.
Region
5, you are innovative and excellent.
Nós vos
Region
saudamos.
5, you
Região
excellent every day. Uniting everybody.
Nós vos saudamos todos os dias.
Africa stand
Todo
tall.
mundo
You have
a
a
celebrar.
reason to celebrate excellence.
Todo mundo deve ter uma razão para celebrar.
Africa stand tall, inspiring
África
innovation
levanta.
and excellence.
E
You
seja
have a
excelente.
reason to celebrate
Porque vocês têm uma
excellence.
razão para
You
celebrar.
have a reason to celebrate excellence.
Vocês
That's as far as I can go when
têm
I'm in the
uma
shower.
razão para isso.
Yeah.
Isso.
But
o máximo que eu
let me
posso
congratulate all of you
Mas deixa-me
for making
parabenizar todos vocês
to being the best of the best in our region.
por ser os melhores dos melhores na nossa região.
Forget about what is going to happen later tonight,
Esquecem sobre o que se vai passar mais tarde.
but feel inspired that you are the top 3 out of 192 million. Somba.
Mas
It's now from 177.
sintam-se inspirados porque
192 million
vocês são
people of our region.
os melhores dos
And I think for that
133
you
milhões
deserve a round of
a
applause.
nível da região. E preciso de um aplauso para vocês mesmo.
These awards were introduced in 2016
Esses awards, essa cerimônia de awards foi iniciada
after
em
our Council of
2016.
Ministers met in Zimbabwe in Bulawayo on the 8th of November 2013.
No dia 8 de novembro, no Zimbábue, na cidade de Bulawayo,
They made a decision to introduce the regional annual sports awards as part of the incentives program of the region.
a decisão que foi tomada naquele encontro é realizar a gala dos melhores desportistas a nível da região.
The program was meant to recognize and celebrate you as our icons
O
and
programa
our
foi especificamente
ambassadors in the sports terrain.
desenhado para celebrar vocês, que são os embaixadores desse evento.
It was not only for us to introduce the awards as a celebration of your excellent exploits on the field
Não
of play.
foi simplesmente para nós, não foi para nós, não foi. Este evento não está a ser celebrado para nós. Como
But it was
embaixadores.
meant for countries to introduce recognition policies at country level.
Mas isso foi desenhado para países que reconhecem a liderança ou o esforço dos jogadores.
At
da
the time of
região.
introducing the regional annual sports awards, only 4 countries at that time were hosting national
Desde que
awards.
começamos a realizar essa atividade, só 4 países têm destacado.
These were Zimbabwe, Namibia, Botswana, and South Africa.
Zimbábue, Namíbia, Botswana e África do Sul.
And the RASA was meant to ensure that all the other countries would be running national sports awards.
E a gala foi desenhada para incluir todos os países que aprovaram também a realização
So at
desse evento.
inception in 2016 in South Africa at the Beechwood Hotel on the 23rd
Com
of
exceção
May,
do evento que foi realizado na África do Sul, no Beechwood Hotel,
we had nominees coming from these 4 countries.
nós temos nomeados que vêm destes 4 países.
Because only the winners of the national sports awards are automatic nominees for the regional annual sports awards.
Só os vencedores das nomeações desportivas é que são
And
elegíveis.
the Region 5 rewards program has got 4 offerings.
E o programa de recompensa da região 5
The first one is the regional annual sports
inclui
awards.
4. O primeiro é o a cerimônia de awards.
The second
anual.
one is what we call the medals of honor.
A segunda chama-se medalha de honra.
The medals of honor are awarded on the opening ceremony of the Region 5 Youth Games.
A cerimônia da medalha de honra é feita na cerimônia de abertura da região.
These are to organizations, institutions, individuals or clubs
Essas são as organizações individuais e
performed
instituições ou
exceptionally in the
clubes
last 2 years.
que têm performado nos últimos anos.
Then we have the 10-year service awards, where we recognize people that have served consistently for 10 years in the regional structures.
A outra graduação, que é a terceira, é 10 anos de serviços, ou seja, cerimônia de graduação de 10 anos de serviços.
And the fourth one is our Sport Hall of Fame, which currently has got 12 inductees.
E a última e quarta é Sport Hall of Fame, que é a fama do desporto.
Among those
grande fama do
inductees
desporto.
is Dr. Kirsty Coventry, the IOC president,
Dentre eles tem o
Mr.
Dr.
Mbuzo Mbebe from South Africa,
Sim, que foi
the former
presidente do
Secretary
ICE,
General of then Zone 6,
Mr. Pembe da África do Sul,
Honorable Stofile Makenkente, former minister in South Africa,
o honorável Sofila
the
Makeke,
late
foi
Matilda Mwaba
ex-ministro
from
da África
Zambia,
do Sul,
Matilda Mwaba from Zambia,
Matilda Amalha from Zambia,
Maria Mtola from Mozambique,
Maria Mutola from Moçambique,
and the list goes on of some icons of our region over the last couple
e a
of years.
lista persegue com os melhores vencedores destes
We are
eventos.
grateful to South Africa for offering to host the first 3 regional annual sports awards from 2016 to 2018.
Nós estamos muito gratos à África do Sul por realizar o primeiro evento de cerimônia de award aos
And the
desportistas.
very inaugural Sportswoman of the Year was the now President of the IOC, Dr. Kirsty Coventry, in 2016.
E a desportista do ano é a doutora.
And the inaugural Sportsperson of the Year for 2 consecutive years was none other than Wade van Niekerk from South Africa.
Desportista do ano por 2 vezes consecutivas foi a senhora Nicole from South Africa.
And in 2018, the Sportswoman of the Year was Caster Semenya from South Africa.
E em 2018, a desportista do ano foi a atleta Caster Semenya da África do Sul.
Along the way, we have had some other winners from Botswana, from
Durante a jornada, nós tivemos outros
journalists such as Farai Machamira from
vencedores,
Zimbabwe,
como do Zimbábue,
and a lot of other iconic athletes,
e outros
administrators, and
atletas
officials.
icônicos e oficiais.
So you join the class of 26 of those icons that
Então,
have illuminated
bem-vindo à classe dos 2026
the various platforms at regional,
dos
continental, and
atletas, várias
international level.
formas que congregam atletas internacionais.
And for that, we say hats off to all of you for being our
Por isso
ambassadors.
nós tiramos o chapéu e tiramos o chapéu para todos vocês.
But we have called Region 5 more than just the games.
Mas nós chamamos na região 5 isso mais do que
And
simples
that is
jogos.
why you find that whenever we gather for programs, we also have associated activities.
É por isso que sempre que nós juntamos para um programa, nós fizemos múltiplos
Some of
eventos.
which that show that sport has got a human face, like what we just did in the morning in planting trees.
Simplesmente para mostrar que cada um desses, para mostrar que o desporto também tem a sua parte humana.
But also we want to meet with you as our ambassadors and speak to you about topical issues that
também
affect today's sportsmen and sportswomen.
Também gostaríamos de sentar com vocês como na qualidade de embaixadores e apresentar aqui os diferentes problemas.
So
como
this forum
líderes
is
de
a life skills, talent factory and engagement platform.
E esse fórum, na verdade, é uma multiplicação, uma junção de
Where we share
habilidades
experiences
sociais
with
e
you
talentos
and
na
bring you
comunidade
experts to
esportiva,
share with you some topical elements in the sporting
onde é que
life.
nós aproveitamos para partilhar convosco os diferentes elementos
And
da
in this
vida
instance,
desportiva.
today we've got 3 very particular, very critical topics that we will be sharing with you from some experienced cadres that will
E
be
hoje
amongst us.
nós teremos alguns tópicos que vamos partilhar com vocês também.
We want to talk to you about how
diferentes.
to manage success and how to manage failure.
Número 1, como gerir o sucesso e como gerir
Because
a
sometimes in sport,
derrota.
we can be very successful, but sometimes also we can fail to achieve our
Porque às vezes no desporto podemos ser bem-sucedidos e também às vezes não tão sucedidos.
We also want to talk to you about post-career pathways and
Também
planning.
gostaríamos de conversar com vocês sobre a vida depois da carreira
Under the
desportiva.
theme Beyond the Finishing Line.
Sobre a bandeira que vai depois da
So we
meta
want to have an
final.
engagement with you to say, in English they say, make hay while the sun shines.
Em inglês nós dissemos
Make hay while the sun shines.
aproveita enquanto o sol brilha.
We have a history of some unfortunate icons in sport who
Estamos-
were quite famous, but eventually they did not make it at the finishing line.
Sabemos que na nossa carreira, na nossa vida dia a dia, temos desportistas que brilharam muito, mas depois acabaram não muito bem.
So we want also to have an interaction with you and just share experiences with you about how you can also plan beyond the finishing line.
Por isso é que queremos aqui interagir com vocês para vos explicar como é que vocês devem fazer.
So this forum is
depois
not a
da
waste
vida
of time, but it's also
desportiva.
an interaction for you to share from your peers and from your colleagues from
São
across the
experiências
borders.
que vocês vão poder partilhar com vossos colegas e amigos.
And therefore, we wish you all the best as you interact in this session.
E por isso nós vos desejamos tudo do melhor para
Make the
vocês.
best out of it and be as free and as open as you can
Que o
be.
melhor de vocês esteja com vocês.
As usual, before we leave a platform like this,
Antes de nós deixar uma plataforma como essa,
I would like to again congratulate you for making it to this far,
mais uma vez vos cumprimentar por chegarem até aqui.
but then say to you, aspire to inspire before you expire. And we thank you.
Mas dizer para vocês, inspira para inspirar antes de você expirar.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mtoya.
Muito obrigado, Sr. Motoya.
As we have mentioned, today's interaction will be a bit more informal.
Como
but
nós
we hope
mencionamos,
that we
hoje
can
vai ser
interact also with
pouquinho
our
mais informal.
dignitaries, and we'll be happy to still have our
Esta é a
dignitaries
presença
around
dos nossos dignatários.
But before we begin
Mas
our
antes
presentations,
nós começamos
may I
as nossas
kindly request
apresentações.
the high table, therefore, to then sit with us in the
Gostaria de convidar
with the
para a
audience.
nossa mesa a nossa digníssima secretária.
Thank you so much. Our first presentation for today will be done by Mr. David Simba. Mr. Simba will be talking on a topic, how to maintain identity and remain a good role model. So despite the fact that you're a coach of the year, athlete of the year, even as administrators, it's how to maintain identity and remain a good role model. And I'll ask him to come through and he will then introduce himself.
Bon dia. Stop and are we well? Good morning to all of us. Did we have a late night? Good morning, everybody. Great. If you don't say good morning energetically, I'll speak for the next 2 hours. But if you speak, then I'll speak less. Anyway, thank you so much for this opportunity. As has been said, my name is David Simba. I'm a former tennis player for Zimbabwe. I also sit in the Sports Commission for the Zimbabwe government and also attend to the Game Changer as the host for AUSC. Thank you so much. I think that's the brief. So I'm going to speak to you on how to maintain identity and being a good role model. This will be interactive. So we say you matter as an athlete, hey? Athletes matter because you make all the difference on the playing field and outside the playing field, hey? People look up to you as an athlete. People celebrate you as an athlete. So it's important for you to be able to see yourself as somebody that matters. You know, people can take advantage of you sometimes, but it's up to you to be able to stand up and show that you matter as an athlete, okay? So, as I said, You influence millions of young fans. Many young people look forward to you. I remember as a young boy in our playing spaces, there was a guy that used to play for Highlanders Football Club. It's a Zimbabwe team. His name was Madinda Ndlovu, big brother to Peter Ndlovu. So we will play in the streets and we will be naming him. You know, as we kick that plastic ball, we'll say, I'm Madinda, I'm Madinda. So you can imagine the influence that you as athletes have on these young fans, you see. All your posts and your quotes are in the public domain. People see what you do in the public space. So it's important for you to be able to turn around and bring that information which is positive, that can change and help those that are following you, okay? When you lose identity, you know, there's lots of things that happen, these scandals, and your career is cut short. You know, sometimes when people lose it, they start saying all other different things, they lose their identity, and that's what we want to do. We want to remain with our identity intact as sports people, you know. As athletes, we need to make sure that we don't lose who we are, because that's important. That brings about your identity, okay? Strong brand leads to longer career. You will see later on. You know, someone like Michael Jordan, I almost said he hung his boots, but he left doing basketball, the game of slam and dunk, long back. But who doesn't talk about Michael Jordan up to now? We still talk about him. You know, what you do outside your career span is very important. You need to be remembered. Not that you are an athlete for now and then we forget about you, okay? So be the same person everywhere where you go, okay? In the locker room, in the changing room, with your teammates, with your coaches, with everyone else in your technical side, okay? On camera, when you present yourself, it's important. You have cameras today. Some of you will be saying a few things after you win. It's important how you carry yourself, you know, behind a camera. At home as well. Are you the same person at home as you are in your sports field? Don't be a person of two characters. At home you are something else, and then you are something else in your field of play. You know, performances get you noticed. I'm going to borrow from a scripture in the Bible, whether you believe it or not, but I'm just going to borrow that scripture, which says, your gift brings you before great men, before kings, okay? So your gift as a person, as an athlete, will bring you before very, very important people that you can then watch from there and be able to what? To express yourself. You know, you can go, can you imagine for those that have been to see your presidents? Can I see by showing all your hands? Those that have gone to see your president or your minister in your country? Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So can you imagine, if you were not in this space that you are in, you will not be able to go to those areas, okay? Your president, your minister will never get to know you, but because you have a gift that goes noticed, okay? Character makes people follow you. It's not the charisma, it's the character. What am I saying? You know, this whole excitement, this euphoria when you score a goal or you win a match or you win a medal is not as important as, you know, your character. Your character is what people will follow. The other things, they will forget quickly, okay? So don't try to be a supermodel, but be yourself. Then people will judge you to be the supermodel, okay? So just be yourself, and then the people will judge you otherwise, okay? So I just want to hear from you. What do you think separates you as an athlete from anyone else? What separates you as an athlete from anyone else, all the other people? Please just raise your hand where you are. What separates you as an athlete from other people? Or as a journalist from other people? What separates us from normal people? From ordinary people, let me say. Yes, sir. A talent.
Secondly, it's important to want to win.
To want to win, yeah.
You would want to win, but don't make a mistake. The hours that you've put in makes a huge difference.
Exactly, yeah. Thank you. Anyone else? You can speak in your normal language if you want to. Anyone else? Yes. Right. What's up? Yes, the gentleman there.
Okay, thank you. I'm a journalist from Zimbabwe.
Yes,
from Harare. So most of the times we are back in the ghetto, talking to people we grew up with. So sometimes they are saying, you are Linton Nyakwenda, the top journalist. And I'm like, I'm the same Linton Nyakwenda we grew up together. So we just speak ordinarily, not that I'm the Linton Nyakwenda from the newspaper. I'm still the Linton Nyakwenda from the ghetto.
Exactly. I think it's very important for us to remember and remain humble as who we are, okay? As athletes, as journalists, as administrators, also as coaches, okay? So an athlete's career, on average, is between 5 to 10 years. That's when you are at optimum, okay? So Michael Jordan's brand, as I explained earlier on, is stronger now than in the 90s. When he still played sport, he was not as popular, his brand was not known as much as it is now. So your power of identity is very, very important for you to be known, okay? So your identity is built through repetition. If ever there is anything I would love for you to take away, it's this, okay? The way you speak to other people, it's either you're being pompous, pretty proud, and people can pick that, or you are being too humble, and it's not good also to be too humble, okay? You need to be yourself and keep that identity. So the way you speak is very important. The way you think, people can pick your thought process. Down at the bottom, I said, as a man thinks, so is he. So as a man thinks, so is he. So you're growing up, your talent identification, and when you became the athlete, the journalist, the sports administrator, the coach, is important. It depends on your thought processes, which are very, very important. The way you respond to situations. When something goes wrong and the press is on you, the way you respond is very important. You know, sometimes it's okay to keep quiet when things go haywire. It's okay to keep quiet and just allow the wind to pass. Sometimes within a week or two, they will be writing about someone else and they've forgotten reporting about you. So the way you relate to others. You know, I remember a big soccer player in Zimbabwe. When people would greet him on the streets, he would just go, hello supporter, hello supporter. But guess what? He died a pauper. Those same people that he could have humbled himself before would have been the people maybe that would have been on his bedside. Okay, so it's very important how you relate to people. Your coaches, don't think you know much better than your coaches. Don't think you know much better than your administrators. It's important just to stay humble, how you relate with others. The words you say to yourself start to become a reality. If you are going to look at yourself like that much, you will always live to be that much. But if you want to look at yourself on a bigger pedestal, that's where you will be. So it's important that you put yourself in a position that you want to be remembered for, okay? So your values, it's important for you to have values as a person. I just said, look at 3 to 5 principles you will not compromise on. Are you a person of integrity or any other 2 or any other 5? Those things that you will not trade your soul for, okay? It's important to stand on what you believe in yourself, have those set principles. Know that if anything were to happen, you will not give in, okay? Whatever people can say, you will remain with your integrity intact, okay? Your roles are very important. You know, you have your role as an athlete, you have a role as a family member, you also have a role as a social. And so we're just going to quickly go into our next slide. Thank you, Jelle, for our next slide. And I'm doing my best to keep within my time. Okay. So as I was saying, please, if you would like to stop me while I speak, please do so. I will not be offended. If you want to ask a question or raise a question or make a comment, it's all good, eh? Thank you. So we just want to briefly look at media and personality branding. You know, you yourself, as you sit there, as you stand there, you are a brand. But it depends on how you celebrate yourself as a brand, eh? So it's important for each and every one of us to be able to stand on what we believe and the brand that we are. There you are. Your image is very, very important, okay? Do you have a mission, or you are just someone that wakes up and just goes around your business? Do you have any value systems? I'll look at them later. Do you have a vision about your sport? As is said, a man without a vision is a man that is lost, okay? So it's important for us to be able to say to ourselves, this is my vision, this is my mission, and then put an image in the people's mind that you want them to look at you. Okay, so maybe let me just ask, if you were to be an animal and you lived in the animal kingdom, what kind of an animal will you be and why? So I will allow people to volunteer. What kind of an animal will you be and why would you be that kind of animal? Can I have the microphone, please? Thank you. Any volunteers? Yes, ma'am.
A lion.
A lion. Why so?
King of the jungle.
King of the jungle. Somebody else? Yes, sir. An elephant. Just give me your reason. There's the microphone.
He never forgets. And he's a gentle giant.
How many of you know the Victoria Falls? Or you have heard about the Victoria Falls? So it is said, actually this story I witnessed, my boss friend went out to Victoria Falls, and when they were in Victoria Falls, or no, in Wanke, there's a place called Wanke National Park. When they were there, it was a father, a son, a mother, and a father. And they actually went into this game reserve, and the father became a bit aggressive to an elephant. And guess what? It killed him, it trampled on him, and left the three. And they went back. Normally in a white society, they like to do cremation. I don't know why you blacks are afraid of being cremated. But in the white community, they actually appreciate cremation. So he was cremated. And exactly after a year, they went back to throw the ashes in that same place. And guess what? The elephant remembered and killed the son. So yeah, true, it has such a great memory. What animal would you like to be, ma'am?
I'd also want to be a lion.
A lion, why?
Because it's the same as king of the jungle and it has authority.
You like to be in authority. I would like to see your husband later on when you are married.
I would love to be an ant.
Ant?
It's hardworking.
I love that. Hardworking. An ant is always hardworking. Yes.
No.
Lion. Why?
Because he has speed. So that's why I had.
Love the speed with the lion. Madam Boss from Zambia.
I'll pick an eagle. It has a great eyesight. The representation around it, it's powerful, and it has a lot of freedom. Yeah, so I think an eagle.
So high like an eagle. Sir?
I would pick on an elephant. You know, an elephant is not scared of anything in the jungle, not even the king of the jungle itself. Yeah.
I wanted to pick a fight with you, but I'll pick.
Just I think a giraffe, because it can see, very far, and when you relate it to human beings, you are able to see problems before others see them, and able to put in intervention.
To make a plan. Yes, madam. What animal would you like to be? Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Anyone? Yes, sir. Says nothing. Okay, so those are some of the values. And I'm saying to us, we need to have certain values about us. And animals, you've already described. There's certain aspirations that we want to follow because of these animal traits. And especially in the black community, where I come from, people have totems, people are named after these animals. And it describes them as who they are. Okay, so media can create a narrative. Just one moment, let me say one moomish. One thing that you do wrong, we will remember you. These two people sitting here will remember you and not forget. But if you do a lot of all these podium appearances and stuff like that, it's okay. They don't write much about it. But get into the negative, they will roast you. So let's be careful. Once you are there, you are in the limelight. You are in your newspapers, in your countries. You are in your TV, in your countries. People talk about you on Facebook. You cannot escape. You cannot evade the limelight that comes with media. Okay? So make sure that how you present yourself is important. It's unfortunate you are there and you will have to act in such a way that depicts a person who's in the limelight. You see? You have seen it happen to presidents, ministers, and all these other big people, okay? There's lots of fan expectations and your real personality, okay? Fans have certain aspirations towards your life as well. For those that play football, they want you, if you are a striker, they want you to score as many goals as you possibly can. If you are an athlete, they want you to run the fastest 100 meters that you can. If you do less than 10 seconds for 100 meters, they're going to write about you maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 sentences and describe you. But just be involved in a moomish. Maybe you have gone to wherever you are, where you were competing, and then at night you decide, let me just enjoy myself. And in the process of enjoying yourself, something happens. Those 3 lines about your success will become paragraphs and paragraphs. So it's important how we handle ourselves, against people's expectations. There is sponsor pressure to look at being marketable. The way you are, you can change yourself because of the sponsor pressure that comes through. But I want to pray that you don't change. You remain yourself, just like in the first training that we did about your identity. Don't lose your identity because of the pressure that comes. Social media comparison and a lot of trolling. Anyone that has been through some roasting in media? I know you don't want to say, I will not. But most of us, all of you here, yes. One way or the other, you've been picked in media and people started saying things about you and trolling you. That man from Namibia. You actually went to court. He says, don't play. So fear of being boring if you adjust yourself. Sometimes they want you, there's expectations of you being who you are not. Just remain yourself. Don't worry what people think. Don't worry what they're going to say about you. Remain true to yourself, okay? I'll tell you about this South African as I'm about to end. I watched some games, some competitions, and this was an under-17 tournament. And after the game, the guy was the top goal scorer. He was man of the match in that game. And guess what? Obviously, there's media. After that, you're the top goal scorer. You're also the man of the match. So they give you a microphone. Oh, well done. After 90 minutes, you put away those 2 goals, beautiful and whatever. You know how journalists want to spice up things after the match. And then guess what? This guy is 17. And he says, I would like to thank my wife and girlfriend and 4 children. So if you add your maths and say to yourself, 4 children, I won't go into the girlfriend part, but let's just put the wife part. Guess what? Is this guy under 17? Huh? Well, miracles do happen, but this guy can't be under 17. Okay, so it's important. Feel free to also use your mother language when you do interviews and have an interpreter. Don't be afraid that you speak Wambo, that you speak Shona, that you speak Zulu, that you are Portuguese. Fala English. Okay, good. So don't be afraid of using your language. And also, when you are in front of the microphone, in front of the camera, people are going to say a lot of things. Okay, just as I'm about to round off, those 2 pictures that we see, can you identify the athletes there? Yes, ma'am.
The other one is a golf player.
He's a golf player. What's his name?
I just forgot it.
No problem. I will come to that. Yes. And yeah, from nature here. You won't come out of the woods. But anyway, excuse the pun. So, anyone who knows who those athletes are? Yeah.
Yeah, so the first one in red, Tiger Woods and Roger Federer.
Both of them have won trophies, eh? Loads of trophies. But can you tell me one of the elements that will separate the 2? Wanna tell us, ma'am?
Yeah, I can try because they are my favorite athletes. I think it's lifestyle. Yeah, because though we are celebrating them, but we have some things which we are not comfortable about Tiger.
Somebody else? Yes, ma'am.
I think I'll go back to the issue of identity, where the rise to fame, but along the way, one of them lost their identity. Tiger Woods.
Thank you so much. That's very important. Tiger Woods, for each and every black person, young person, they suddenly wanted to play golf because of him. All the hopes and aspirations of young kids were pinned on him. Roger Federer, even up to now, yes, he's losing it because of age, but he's played some brilliant tennis. Off and on the court, Roger Federer is consistent. No scandals, nothing. I'm sure he might even go to his grave without any scandals. But if you look at Tiger Woods, it's not even 2 months again when he was involved in an accident. But the accident, he was drunk. Are we being role models to those upcoming athletes? There's so many examples. Mike Tyson, the best puncher in history as well, one of the best punchers. Guess what? Now he's trying to raise fights so that he can make money. But can you imagine if he had kept all that money that he had? John Terry, one of the best football players. But can you imagine his friends, wives and girlfriends, all those scandals, they will follow you. You see, right now we will forget what John Terry represented, one of the best captains at Chelsea Football Club. But when you talk about him, it's easy for people to say, that guy that did that. So they will also do that about you as well, as a person that has done quite well in your sporting lives. So that's the story of Tiger Woods, and those, once again, your icons in terms of sports. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, if I speak, I will start lying and Madam Lisungu will flag me to sit down It's been a great pleasure, and thank you so much for listening. All the best. Obrigado.
Thank you so much, Mr. Simba, for those invaluable insights, and I think very key on issues of maintaining identity. You are here, you will get your award. What happens afterwards? Who do you become afterwards? You really need to remember in terms of how you carry yourself. We know that you have won at national level and you win at regional level, but the question is, and then what? How many people are you building? So moving forward with our program, our next segment will tackle a very critical area also in terms of looking at you as elite athletes, but also as the best journalists or as the best coaches in your country, and how can you manage success, but also how can you manage failure. So coming ahead is a man who has many hats. He has served in the region as a commissioner. He sits in the Human Resource Commission, but also he has been a principal at school. He has been an inspector of education and a director at university campus. But when you look at sport, he holds a very big honor, especially in Namibia, where in 1991 he represented Namibia as an athlete, and he also reached the pinnacle when he became a two-time karate world champion. So we are bringing a man in front of us who has been in our shoes before, and he has also given back to the sport in numerous ways. I know for sure that currently he is the CA of the Namibia Sports Commission, and he holds qualification in economics and education, but he also has a master's in business administration, and he is currently doing his doctorate. So you can see how many hats I have for this gentleman who will be walking in front of us. Ladies and gentlemen, nominees and dignitaries, please help me put your hands together for Mr. Simata Freddy Muya.
When the mic goes, don't worry, my voice can reach. I forgot one thing, I'm a pastor. That's what I do every morning. Yeah, 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock, I pray and I run. Okay. We are given 20 minutes. I'll be very brief because we don't want to keep you too long. Are we together? Yes. I'm sorry, the presentation, I'll be very honest. The colleagues, they will share this presentation to member countries. It's very much academic, but I look that I don't need to do that academic. It doesn't help. You know, sometimes you want to preach. A pastor, when I go to church, I look at those who have committed sins. I preach according to the people who have committed sin that evening. Are we together? So meaning I'm also going to change it to us who have committed sin of sport, not sin, good thing of sport. So just actually change it, please. Bear with me. Which one is up forward? Okay. Managing success and failure in the sport ecosystem. You know, it's a very broader topic, how to manage your success. But even though I put the word failure, let's not put much our message on failure. We can refer to them as challenges. We don't fail in sport. So as much as the topic is their failure, you know, you experience challenges. I will be more practical. I'm not going to go too much into that document. However, if you look at that document, down here, building resilience athletes, stronger team, and the most important part, sustainability. I think every time now we are talking about to sustain, to remain focused. So please, those words. If you look down, there are some words which I put. Stay strong. How do I do it? Yeah, here. Where the red thing that shows. Pointer. There. Oh, go to the nature. Let's go back. Help me. I was born before computers, eh? Next. Okay, where the pointer? It's not there. Okay, they say the pointer is not there, so don't worry. Okay. I was just looking, there were some words which I put down here, whereby stay, as an athlete, stay strong. You can see here. The other one, support system. I talked about the support system. That's why your directors and your parents, that's a support system when it comes to an athlete. Also talking about building the long term. But there are just some words that I put down there. They will have a lot of meaning for you as an athlete, but we are talking both athletes, yourself, myself, you name it. So I won't go too much there. Let's just go to the next slide. For you as an athlete, I mentioned one aspect here. It's a divine gift by God. You can see success in sport and life is a blessing to be successful in sport. You must accept it from the biblical point of view. It's a blessing for you to be successful. I mentioned the second part. Blessing fade away without continuous care. And if you are not disciplined, that blessing can fade away. You can lose that blessing. So you must accept that you are a good athlete, you are a good runner. It is a blessing that you are. And if you don't take care of it, it becomes a challenge. Remember I mentioned the word challenge. What happens if you are not disciplined and you don't have humility? What can happen? So those are the consequences. I looked up at the third part. Through excellence, balance, athlete achievement with your personal character. Your character plays a very much important role when you're an athlete. I looked about the life cycle approach. You don't need to go too much into that academic language there. Just look at the words, nurturing talent early creates sustainability success beyond sports. I think my brother talked also about what happens after the sport life. It's very, very critical. So that's also the life cycle. You need to know as a sports person, there's a life cycle. You become active. You mentioned that you become elite for 5 to 10 years. Later on, also you need to go into the society. So those are the issues beyond sport, what you need to do as an athlete. Like I got my brother here, we were talking yesterday, Ananias. He had been in sport from early 90s, 19 years and so. Currently, he's still going to the Commonwealth game at the age of 39. Can we give him can see. But already yesterday, Ananias, I did not tell you, we were discussing, I said, what do I need to do to him beyond sport? Very talented. We are planning that he must go and do a degree in sports management at the university. So those are the issues that we are trying to do, that we provide. Something must happen beyond sport. He's disciplined. He has become a living example to many. So your success, Ananias, also it benefits others. Here is just a flow chart. I'll just share it out just to know the foundation of success. So it's more academic. I don't want to go into those more academic aspects, but our seniors who are well converted, like the director of sport of Zambia, when this document will be in there, you will be able to break it down. Yeah, for the athletes, this document to be shown out, you can break it down because it need 2 hours session. Yes, so I just want to go to the most important part. This is an athlete-centered model. Focus on an athlete to achieve success. Central priority, the athlete is the core of all sport development. It's a teaching to all of us. You remember this morning when we were planting trees, I brought the athletes in front. I said, those ministers who were there, us who were there, I said, without the athletes, we could not be here. You know, tonight, everybody's coming. There will be 500 people. Televisions in 10 member states, they'll be watching. They will never going to concentrate on the speeches we are talking. Our speeches are boring. They'll be looking about the achievement of you as athlete. That's why an athlete-centered model we must actually, sport development is on you. The second part, custom training, mental coaching, it's come from us. We need to support this aspect. Safe environment, Mr. Director, Mr. CEO, we must provide safe environment. That's why this presentation, it talks much also about us, what we need to do to athletes, protecting physical safety and mental well-being, and blocks peak potential. So many times we expect athletes to perform, but we don't provide this. So those are the issues. I wanted my director of sport to be here, but she's not here. But I'll talk while she's not here. We must go and tell her when we go back to the hotel. The last one, resource allocation. The government, Mr. Director, for this athlete from Zambia, we know. For you, my director and my deputy director, they must provide the resources to this man. This man must make sure that he provides support to you. That's what happened, resource allocation. Direct regional funding straight to athletes for you to renew the results. At times, dear athlete, we expect you to perform and we don't support you. It becomes an issue. You know, back at home, and yes, we don't have a stadium which is where you can run these times, is it? He can give you a very example. They are running now in the gravel, but he is going to the Commonwealth game. He does not have a place where to train. It becomes a challenge, and you expect an athlete to perform. So that's why I'm saying we must center our mind on the athletes. As administrators, at times there's what we call it egocentric. We fight among ourselves for positions. We fight among ourselves, not understanding one another, and we forget that at the end of the day, this person is the one who suffers. Dear, I'm sorry, I just tried to explain the same, just an example. I don't want to go into this academic diagram, but when you take it, you are going to see that what I've explained, I cannot make it too big, but it's still the same sentiment that I've tried to explain. It has got a lot surrounding the support system of an athlete. You know, the sport ecosystem have got a lot of support structure, a lot of stakeholders. So this diagram explains that when we got an athlete on top, the support system that surrounds